Hello and welcome to the Builder's Bench, where we break down common issues with today's automatic transmissions. I'm Alex Chrissy, editor of Transmission Digest, and with me here is Reno Partapillo from ATSG. He's our technical expert for this video series.
Thanks for having me out, Alex.
Of course. So this is the second of two videos in which we take a look at common issues with the Ford 10R series. You may have seen the last episode, and this is a similar story but with some differences. So Reno, for this one you've brought us the story of a 2020 Ford Explorer with the 10R60 transmission, is that right?
Yes, that's right, Alex. So Alex, what we have going on here is a 2020 Ford Explorer and comes in with a code P07E4, okay, which states on there unable to engage park. Now what the customer is actually saying on this thing is when he actually stops the vehicle, he has to set the emergency brake or the truck will actually roll away on him. Another thing he told us is that he actually has to move the shifter around. This actually has a column shifter on there. He actually has to move the shifter around to get the thing to start every once in a while. He has to get it just in the right spot to get the vehicle to start.
Wow, that's pretty unusual. I mean, no wonder he brought it into a shop.
Exactly, exactly.
So what did the shop find when they took a look at this?
Okay, so what the shop did was they called ATSG and they told us the problem that was going on with this thing. So similar like we were talking with the F-150 in our last video, we told them that not even to mess with anything, let's go ahead and drop the pan and see if they can see anything with the park rod actuator spring. Come to find out, when they took the pan down on this thing, they went straight after that like we told them, and they saw that the spring was actually loose. The other thing that he noticed was it actually seemed like that the park rod spring or the park rod itself was not fully engaged, wasn't moving into the park actuator system on the thing. So again, we told him it was time to go ahead and take that out.
Right. So if you watched our last episode, we had a similar story about a 10R transmission, and that was in a Ford F-150 that was locked in place. And the culprit there turned out to be a broken park actuator, and replacing the park rod was the fix. We've got a similar story here, but there's some differences. So why don't you take us through those?
Sure, exactly. So so what happened was on this, even though it's similar to what happened last time, when they dropped the valve body, pulled out the linkage rod, and then they ended checking the park pawl on this thing, park pawl mechanism, which is again, is that Golf tee, which looks like a Golf tee, it was also shattered. Now, but the only difference is with this one is part of that Golf tee that broke off was actually inside the park actuator sleeve. So when it was stuck inside the park actuator sleeve, it was not allowing the park rod to fully engage the park actuator on this thing. So what they ended up having to do was pull the rod out, and they had to get something inside there to fish out that little broken piece, as you can see right over here. Once they got that piece out of there, they were able to put a brand new linkage inside that thing, and now the customer now had park.
Oh, well, great.
Yep, it was a quick, easy fix.
Oh, that's always what we love to hear. Well, that is going to do it for this episode of The Builder's Bench. Make sure to tune in next time for more transmission technical tips. Thanks for watching.